The temperature here is extremely low. The air temperature ranges between -14.8 to -20 degrees Celsius, and at times it even drops to -40 degrees Celsius. Our lungs are not used to this kind of cold, which is why we keep coughing again and again. The weather here is brutally cold, yet the population is surprisingly large. Around 300,000 people live here. This city is the capital of Russia's Sakha Republic, located about 280 miles from the North Pole. Because it lies in the far northeastern region of Siberia, it feels completely isolated from the rest of the world. Right now, the outside temperature is close to -50 degrees Celsius. When boiling water is thrown into the air here, it instantly freezes and turns into ice crystals. The lowest temperature ever recorded in this region was around -71.2 degrees Celsius. It feels like this place belongs to another planet altogether. If you leave a cup outside, within minutes it can turn solid like a hammer. People here avoid wearing metal frame glasses because metal can stick to the skin, and removing them can tear the flesh. As you can see, the water pipes are kept above ground because the soil underneath is permanently frozen. Beneath the city lies a thick layer of permafrost that never melts, even in summer. This river is completely frozen solid. During the Soviet era, many politicians, traders, and intellectuals were exiled to this region. Some of the people living here today are descendants of those exiles. What was once a place of punishment is now a city where people live ordinary lives, though under extraordinary conditions. This environment pushes human limits. No matter how many layers of clothing you wear, it is never enough to keep the body fully warm. If you own a car here, life becomes even more difficult. Winter lasts 6 to 7 months, during which cars often cannot be turned off. Engines are left running continuously because if the engine stops, the oil can freeze solid. As you can see, this car's engine is on, but no one is inside. If a vehicle is turned off for even 20 minutes, it may never start again. Because of constant snowfall and wind, a thick layer of ice covers the city at all times. Visibility often drops below 60 meters due to fog. Buildings here are constructed low and carefully designed because the frozen ground can shift. Old buildings often collapse after a few decades due to changes in snowfall and temperature. A refrigerator usually works at 4 degrees Celsius and a freezer at -20 degrees. Here, the entire city functions like a giant natural freezer. People store meat and fish outside their windows instead of using refrigerators. I removed my gloves for just 1 minute to film this video, and my hands started hurting intensely. Ice formed on my eyelashes and my fingers began to lose sensation. If you stay outside for more than 15 minutes, you can experience breathing problems, burning pain, numbness, and eventually frostbite or death. Even electronic devices struggle here. Phone batteries die suddenly, cameras stop working, and microphones freeze. Beneath my feet, the snow may feel soft, but below that lies frozen ground that has remained solid for centuries. Bodies buried 100 to 200 years ago can still be found preserved in ice. This region holds nearly 20% of the world's freshwater reserves locked in ice. Ancient animals and even prehistoric remains are sometimes revealed as ice melts. Farming is impossible here. People survive mainly on fish, horse meat, and frozen meat, which never spoils in the open air. Cats cannot survive here. Only thick fur animals can live in these conditions. Driving is extremely dangerous. If a car breaks down and help doesn't arrive within 30 minutes, survival becomes unlikely. That's why every driver carries tools and emergency supplies. This journey shows why living here is not just difficult, it is a constant fight against nature. Despite everything, people continue to live here. Not because it is easy, but because this is their home.